ambitious objectives. Seizing British guns. The British control large guns pointing at their fleet offshore. The plan involves taking those guns to establish an endless blockade, winning by fire. With surprise as an advantage, the focus is on winning through fire. The brother is eagerly awaited for support in executing the plan. Confrontation for gun movement. The confrontation occurs with someone referred to as shitrag, urging the movement of guns. The situation escalates as warnings are given and cannons are readied for action. Promotion for success. The plan succeeds, resulting in Captain Napoleon Bonaparte being awarded the rank of Brigadier General for brilliant successes. Critique of French leadership. Public perception of the current French leadership, particularly Robespierre, is criticized. The need for a change in leadership is emphasized. Robespierre's arrest. A heated confrontation takes place during a meeting, leading to accusations and the arrest of Robespierre. Request for sabre return. A young man named Eugène Boinet seeks the return of his father's sabre, taken before his father's arrest and execution. Refusal to return. Sabre General Bonaparte refuses to return the sword, considering it a weapon. The conversation reveals the challenges faced by citizens in obtaining keepsakes from executed officers. Visitor seeking sabre. General Bonaparte receives a visitor named Eugène Boinet, seeking the return of his father's sabre. The general's response remains firm. Toasts and celebrations. General Bonaparte attends a gathering where toasts are made to the Republic, Madame Bonaparte, and the success of their endeavours. Letter from General Bonaparte. General Bonaparte writes a letter to Josephine, expressing his experiences in Egypt, conquests, and challenges faced. Disturbing revelation. General Bonaparte receives disturbing news about Josephine having a lover named Hippolyte Charles. The revelation leads to emotional turmoil. Complexities in relationship. A discussion about Josephine's affairs and General Bonaparte's reactions unfolds, revealing complexities in their relationship. Decision to return to France. General Bonaparte decides to return to France, expressing concerns about the country's state, financial issues, and the revelation about Josephine's infidelity. Proposal for coup d'etat. General Bonaparte meets with influential figures, proposing a coup d'etat to seize power, highlighting the corruption of the Directory and the need for change. Coup d'etat plan. The proposed coup involves General Bonaparte, Duca, and the individual addressing him. The plan aims to preserve revolutionary ideals and prevent a restoration of the monarchy. Coercion for resignation. A confrontation occurs with Paul, a member of the Directory, who is coerced into signing a resignation letter during breakfast. Emergency session and accusations. The emergency session discusses forming a provisional government to deal with the royalists. General Bonaparte's actions are criticized as an attempted takeover. Chaos and violence ensues with deputies armed with daggers, and General Bonaparte is accused of violating the course of duty. Violence erupts during the confrontation. Family reunion and ongoing conflict. The Duke of Arignan arrives, and a family reunion takes place. The text ends with a reference to England and France's ongoing conflict. Diplomatic correspondence. Your Majesty, England, and France's prosperity. In this dialogue, there's a discussion about the state of prosperity in England and France, with a desire for peace expressed by the speaker. Peaceful initiative. The royal wish for peace. The speaker emphasizes their commitment to peace, for harmony between England and France. Family reunion, and ongoing conflict. The Duke of Arignan arrives, and a family reunion takes place, with a reference to the ongoing conflict between England and France. England's lack of manners. Diplomatic warning to England continued. The Speaker issues a warning to England, emphasizing the lack of manners and the eventual French dominance. Napoleon's crown, Napoleon's coronation. The description of Napoleon's coronation, his aspirations, and the challenges he faces in Europe. The heir dilemma. The heir dilemma. A discussion about the importance of an heir and the suggestion of a divorce if Josephine cannot bear a child. Practical experiment. Practical experiment for heir. A practical experiment is proposed to determine if Napoleon or Josephine is responsible for the lack of an heir. Emperor's error. Emperor acknowledges mistake. Napoleon acknowledges his error in accepting an invitation for peace without fully capitalizing on his victory. Toast to peace. Toast to friendship and peace. A toast is made to friendship, a glorious peace, and the best interests of Europe. Napoleon's regret. Regret over missed victory. Napoleon expresses regret over not taking the entire Russian and Austrian army prisoners after a victory. Napoleon's warning to England. Napoleon warns England through an ambassador, asserting dominance and demanding respect in response to a letter of peace. Josephine's fate. Dissolution of marriage. Napoleon announces the dissolution of his marriage to Josephine, citing the need for an heir for the prosperity of France. Josephine's farewell. Josephine's farewell. Josephine expresses her love for Napoleon and accepts the dissolution of their marriage for the sake of France. Witness to the lie. Witnessing a deceptive plan. The Speaker is asked to witness a plan to deceive about the Empress's ability to bear a child, causing internal conflict. The divorce decree. Imperial decree for divorce. Napoleon issues an imperial decree dissolving his marriage to Josephine, emphasizing the need for an heir. Josephine's sacrifice. Josephine's sacrifice. Josephine sacrifices her marriage for the prosperity of France, acknowledging the importance of Napoleon's destiny. Emperor's emotional struggle. Emperor's emotional struggle. Napoleon struggles emotionally with the dissolution of his marriage, expressing love for Josephine and regret over the situation. The next battle. Preparing for the next battle. Napoleon prepares for the next battle, discussing alliances, strategies, and the challenges he faces in Europe. Mutual hatred for Britain bonding over hatred for England. The Emperor and his companion express mutual disdain for Britain, emphasizing their alliance against a common enemy. Alliance proposal. Proposal for an alliance. The Emperor contemplates an alliance with his companion by proposing a matrimonial union between France and Austria. Toast to friendship. Toasting to friendship and peace. A celebratory toast is made to friendship, peace, and the joint efforts to undermine Britain through a continental blockade. Proposal to Austria. Emperor's proposal to Austria. The Emperor proposes a formal offer to Austria, seeking the hand of the Archduchess Mary Louise for an alliance through marriage. Meeting the Archduchess. Impressions of the Archduchess. The Emperor meets the Archduchess Mary Louise, expressing curiosity about her and examining the possibilities of their union. forces reach Moscow, encountering resistance and facing challenges in their quest for victory. Moscow in flames. Amidst chaos, Moscow is set ablaze, and the Emperor contemplates the situation, questioning the tactics and the cost of the battle. Cruelty in defeat. The Emperor witnesses cruelty in defeat, contemplating the dignity to be found in defeat and the consequences of the Russian strategy. Negotiations and fires negotiations. Amidst fires negotiations ensue, with the Emperor confronting the burning of the city and the challenges of dealing with the Russian leadership. Questioning the fires Emperor. Questions the fires. The Emperor questions the fires in Moscow, suspecting manipulation, and challenges the courage of the Russian leadership. Marching into winter. Facing the Russian winter concerns, arise about marching into the Russian winter with unprepared horses, signaling potential challenges for the Emperor's forces. Challenging negotiations. Negotiations become challenging, with the Emperor facing resistance and a deteriorating situation as winter approaches. Retreat to Poland. Strategic decision in the face of winter. Napoleon considers retreating to Poland to wait out the harsh winter months, reflecting on the challenges faced in Russia. Desperation and reflection. Napoleon's desperation and reflection. Napoleon expresses desperation and reflects on the challenges faced, questioning the abandonment of fortune. Exile offer terms of exile. Offered to Napoleon. The Allied coalition offers Napoleon the terms of exile, granting him sovereignty of the island of Elbe and providing for Josephine's well-being. Josephine's death tragic. News of Josephine's death. News of Josephine's death reaches Napoleon, bringing a mix of sorrow and regret for the lost connection. Despite Josephine's death, her influence continues to guide Napoleon's thoughts and decisions. Return to France. Napoleon's bold return. Napoleon decides to return to France, reclaiming what he believes is rightfully his, and sets out to march towards Paris. Empress Marie-Louise. Meeting Empress Marie-Louise, Napoleon meets Empress Marie-Louise, expressing his intentions to reclaim his position and rule alongside her. Battle preparations. Preparations for the Battle of Waterloo. Napoleon and his forces prepare for the Battle of Waterloo, facing challenges and strategizing for victory. Battle commences. Commencement of the battle. The Battle of Waterloo begins with both sides engaging in fierce combat, and Napoleon strategizes for success. Wellington's defense. Wellington's defense tactics. Wellington implements defensive tactics, urging his troops to hold their ground against Napoleon's forces. Blucher's arrival. Blucher's timely arrival. The timely arrival of Blucher's forces adds complexity to the battle, altering the dynamics on the battlefield. Rainy battle challenges of rainy weather. The battle faces additional challenges due to the rainy weather, affecting both Napoleon and Wellington's strategies. Napoleon's inspiring speech by Napoleon addresses his troops, seeking to inspire them for a final push in the battle. Losses and retreat. As the battle progresses, both sides suffer losses, and the French forces face the decision to retreat. Napoleon's reflection. Napoleon's reflection on failure. Napoleon reflects on the failures of others and the challenges of accepting defeat, emphasizing the need to encourage greatness. Exile to St. Helena. Terms of exile to St. Helena. Napoleon is informed of his exile to the remote island of St. Helena, monitored closely by Governor Hudson Law. Farewell to France. Farewell on St. Helena. Reunion with Josephine Napoleon's dream of reunion. Napoleon dreams of reuniting with Josephine, expressing his longing and the emotional struggles he faces in exile. End of the journey. Concluding the journey. The narrative concludes with Napoleon's arrival on St. Helena, facing the isolation and uncertainties of his final chapter.